But the one thing that really stood out to me, Emac, was certainly the quarterback in Haynes King. I know this was a total team effort. That is the first thing Haynes King will tell you. This wasn't just me. But you go as your quarterback goes. And that quarterback was not going to let this Georgia Tech team lose. I thought, the go ahead touchdown to go up 21-14 in the fourth quarter was Haynes King punching it in from 1 yard out. A little run, but I thought the way he ran it and with the will he ran it with told me everything I needed to know. And once he punched that in to go up 21-14, I was like, it's going to be hard for Georgia Tech to lose this game. And it started with him, and it ultimately ended with a field goal, EMAC.
Yeah, and I think even just, his confidence in himself, his confidence in his teammates' confidence in him, and same thing with their head coach. Hearing post game that he went into the huddle, he went into the talk to his coach and say, "I want the ball. We're gonna win. Like, just let's go." That to me is so inspiring, and a guy that gets that and knows that. And like, if I'm an O lineman, if I'm Keelan Rutledge in there looking, I'm like, yeah, man, and run behind me, by the way. Like, let's go. That's what I feel, when your QB says that, when your leader says that to you. And it's just, I don't know. I think a lot of people can take some notes from the Haynes King, how to play, how to lead, how to be as the best player on a team, and kind of show that, because he understands the position. He's a coach's son. He's been in it his whole life, and he knows the magnitude of that position and just the way he plays. Like, people ask him, are you going to slide? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? And he's like, oh man, I'm a football player. Like, I'm getting every ounce of this game out. Now, is it sustainable? I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully. But I just know if he even tried to play another way, he couldn't. He wouldn't be able to. It's in his fiber. It's in his DNA, and he is such a fun dude to cover, to watch, to talk to, because he's just a certified baller. And Coach Key as well, man. Like, you and I sat in his office for like an hour pre-practice on Friday, which is awesome that he, gave us that time and allowed us to kind of, sit behind the curtain and hear his thoughts. And I won't share all of that, but y'all know how he is. And he's a confident dude. And, just kind of talking with how he's built this. And I'll never forget when we were in Charlotte for media day, he said, there's going to be a day where the underdog's done. Like, we're not the underdog anymore. And I asked him about that after the game on TV, and for him to bring up, them losing by 70 at home in that stadium. I can't remember what year that was, 19 or
2020.
yeah. And to beating them with arguably their, best team since then. It's just impressive. I think he's one of the best in the country. If I was their athletic director, their board of whatever, I am giving him the biggest contract I can. Like, physically find all the money you can and sign it and get it done, because Bama might be calling, Florida might be calling. People are coming, okay? Because they see how this dude does it. And you mentioned the 7-1 against ranked teams. That's what all those blue bloods are going to want from a guy that can get it done. Now, listen, he's a Georgia Tech guy. I get that totally. But you got to make sure he stays a Georgia Tech guy, because he's that good. He's unbelievable. And it was an awesome game. Just from a football, like, take the orange out of me, because it kills me. And we'll talk about that in a second. But as a college football fan and a guy that loves to watch ball, that game was awesome. And it lived up to every piece of the billing that we thought it would pregame, and which is great.